In the food world, there are plenty of dumb ideas. The McLobster roll, the Whopperito, the Taco Bell Chocodilla. But there are dumb ideas, and then there are dumb ideas. With a capital D-U-M, dumb. Case in point, Starbucks' newest drink sensation, the Aliato. Coffee that's infused with, get this, olive oil. Oh goody, now I can have coffee that tastes like salad dressing. But not only is this one of the dumbest decisions of any food chain ever, it's also stupidly dangerous. Get ready, Starbucks, it's time we have ourselves a little talk. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Food Theory, the medium roast show with dark roasted amounts of knowledge. So, have you seen the latest trend over at your local Starbucks? Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the Aliato, a stomach-churning mix of coffee and one or more full tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, designed to make your coffee drinking experience smooth and satisfying while providing the, quote, good fat health benefits that olive oil is said to provide. As you might imagine, any new Starbucks product is going to spark hundreds of taste testing videos across the interwebs, but something as unusual as this, yeah, it's taken it to a whole nother level. And let's just say that the reviews are mixed, which is more than can be said about the drink itself.
Kind of tastes like greasy coffee.
Just looking at it, you can immediately tell that this ain't your dad's brew from the diner down the street. This is a viscous, goopy way to start your day. And let me tell you, if viscous and goopy are the words that you're using to describe your morning coffee, who hurt you? Seriously, we're an open forum. We are here to help. Then again, maybe I'm being too dismissive with all this. Maybe this thing is brilliant and delicious and a new benchmark in caffeinated health. So, is the Aliato a good drink for your taste buds? And more importantly, is it a good drink for your body? Or is this one joining the dishonorable ranks of the Bell Beefer and the McDLT? What could possibly possess a company to do something like this? And just how bad can it really get? Well, stay tuned, because there's more under the slimy surface of the Starbucks Aliato than meets the eye. First of all, before I knock it, I probably should try it, right? I can't just go around judging stuff that I've never experienced, and I take personal pride in my scientific approach to tasting new weird food products.
If you let it sit in your mouth for too long, your mouth is gonna like stay shut.
Oh, look at nice slice.
That's pretty good. You know it's jelly because jam don't shake. So good.
So naturally, when I learned that the Aliato existed, I sent someone else to drink one. As you might or might not know, I'm not much of a coffee drinker, but I am a good theorist. So I recruited Food Theory creative director Santi to give us his thoughts. Santi, take it away.
It is disgusting, and I hate this. This is by far the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Okay, so not exactly glowing reviews there, but most of the time the healthiest foods do tend to be some of the most hated. Liver, for instance, full of nutrients, but that doesn't make it suck any less to eat. So maybe the Aliato's the same way. Maybe there are other reasons that you should be putting olive oil in your coffee that don't involve, you know, actually enjoying it. So I looked a little deeper, and unfortunately, when you lift the hood of this particular beverage, you encounter some issues immediately. As in, before it even goes into your mouth. Take a look at the Aliato menu items. Notice anything? In a sea of incredibly complicated Starbucks menu items, the one thing that I noticed is that all the Aliato options involve milk. Aliato Golden Foam, Aliato Cafe Latte, and Aliato Iced Shaken with oat milk and toffee nuts. Why no straight shot of espresso with a tablespoon of olive oil? Well, the main reason is because the literal chemistry of coffee and olive oil don't mix. That's right, these two items don't even belong together on a molecular level. Coffee, you might remember from our Coffee is Soup episode, is technically a water-based broth. Oil is literally just oil. And one thing that everyone knows is that water and oil don't mix. So if you try to combine these two on their own, the EVOO just slides off the surface like an oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. That's where our friend milk comes in. Milk, as you probably know from all our spicy food episodes, contains both water and proteins like casein, which means that it's a little bit fatty and a little bit watery. So it's needed to act as the bridge between the watery coffee and the oily olive oil in the Aliato. These two substances do not want to mix. They literally need an intermediary to even speak to each other. So things aren't starting off strong for this particular drink. That's before you even start diving into what's happening down in your stomach. You see, the Aliato is primarily marketed as a healthy drink. The rationale here is that olive oil is a healthy fat, and as such, having a shot of it every day is going to be good for you.
Some experts say that adding oil to your cup of joe could be beneficial to your health.
There's some research that suggests that olive oil may be beneficial in terms of supporting heart health, lipid levels, and reducing systemic inflammation on the whole.
Basically, it's your spoonful of medicine that helps the coffee go down. But how can fat be healthy? Well, our understanding of fat in food has evolved a lot over the last few decades. The prevailing theory today is that unsaturated fats are healthy because they help lower cholesterol and act as an antioxidant. So where do you get unsaturated fats? In stuff like avocado avocado oil, coconut oil, and yes, olive oil. That is why you've been seeing celebrities from Selena Gomez, Kim Kardashian, and Beyonce all making headlines by taking their one shot of olive oil a day. The world's obsession with olive oil in particular, though, is based on the popularity of the Mediterranean diet, a diet that's based on how people have historically eaten in countries like Italy and Greece. Why would we want to eat like them? Well, the Mediterranean has a reputation for people living longer and having lower rates of chronic diseases than the rest of the world. So hey, when some people in those countries routinely take a spoonful of olive oil in the morning, we as Americans see that and of course do the same, after plopping that oil straight into our morning cup of coffee alongside a bunch of milk and added sugars. Truly, that is the American way. Except that's not the only way that we completely one. Yeah, consuming high quality olive oil does have benefits, including anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties, but it's all in how you're using it and how much. The Mediterranean diet that the Aliado's riffing off of here is a specialized diet that includes olive oil, sure, but it's also taken out a ton of the stuff that we just naturally eat here in the US, like all the meats and all the fats and all the sugars. Instead, it's mostly plant-based, with the vast majority of protein coming from nuts, legumes, and yeah, that olive oil. Meat is eaten sparingly during this diet, which is why you need to supplement it with other types of fat, hence a little spoonful of oil each morning to basically